Hello. Hello, Sanya, are you there? Hello, Sanya, are you there? Hello, Sanya, are you there? Sanya, are you there? Can you hear me? Sanya, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm good. Where are you from?
I'm from Koita.
All right. So, Sanya, what do you do?
I am doing teaching
All right. What subject do you teach?
mathematics
All right. And how long you have been in this profession of teaching?
and since last 6 years.
Okay, very good. So you must be an experienced teacher, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Next is okay. So I have asked about you. Um, Let me introduce myself to you. My name is Tehreem Fatma. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so as my screen tells you that my name is Tehreem Fatma and I'll be your course instructor for basic or spoken English. Okay,
Okay.
so I have done my master's in English literature and linguistics. Um, and for past 6 years, I've been in this profession of teaching. I am teaching IELTS. I am teaching spoken English. I'm teaching functional English as well. Okay, so
Okay.
that's my mini introduction. Uh, let's talk about spoken English. But before discussing the course contents of spoken English with you, I want you to tell me about your concerns, the kind of problems you face while speaking English. Can you tell me something about what sort of problems you face while speaking English?
Yes, ma'am. I can speak English, but not in a um,
Okay.
prof-
Sure, you can speak Urdu right now.
okay, ma'am. In fluent, I cannot speak in English.
Okay. So
You
how
can
long?
see.
Okay. So, but what sort of problems you face when you speak English? What sort of troubles are there when you speak English? What type of challenges do you face when you speak English?
Ma'am, I cannot make a sentence and I cannot make a proper
Yes. Proper sentence. And do you understand if you listen to an English audio, or let's say an English recording, or let's say if you have tuned to an English news channel or English movie, do you understand films and English documentaries? Do you understand what
yes,
the speakers are saying?
yes, ma'am.
All right. So you understand if you listen anything in English, you mean to say you understand that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So okay. So here in this course of spoken English, we will first. This course is basically divided at two levels: basic level and advanced level. So in this basic level, we're going to be teaching you. We will teach you from scratch. All right, we will start from scratch. We will teach you parts of speech, sentences, sentence structure, tenses, how to make questions in English, and how to produce good sentences, how to you enhance your vocabulary. All right. Every day I will
Right.
give you every day I will give you certain vocabulary items or certain words. Let's say 4 or 5 words in your everyday vocabulary, and you are supposed to use them. You have to memorize them, you have to use them in sentences, and then I will show you different pictures and you are supposed to describe the pictures. All right, pictures can be related to anything. It can be related to people, it can be related to a story, and you are supposed to create a story for each and every picture, like who the characters are, what is their relationship with each other, what are they doing, what will be the future of this picture, what did they do in past. All right. And while describing a picture, you will make use of sentences. All right. And correct
Right.
sentences, you will use the vocabulary which I will assign you in your everyday routine life, in your daily activities. All right. And you will use the vocabulary as well. Next is contractions and sentence structure. Sentence structure is very important in English, because if you cannot make a good grammatical sentence, it will not be understood by the listener. Whatever you say, it won't be intelligible to the listener. So, we will teach you sentence structure in this course. Tenses, there are three tenses: past, present, future, but each tense has its various four forms, like past tense, simple past tense, past perfect tense, past continuous tense, and past perfect continuous tense. So on. This is how we're going to be teaching you tenses and how to make questions. Again, we have comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives plus vocabulary. We're going to be incorporating these two topics so that you will have, by the end of this month, by the end of this basic level course, you will be having a lot of words in your hand, and you can use them in your everyday life, especially when you are delivering lectures. Okay, Sanjay, can you tell me, do you have problem related to vocabulary? What about your vocabulary? Are you good at your vocabulary?
Not, ma'am.
Okay. So what sort of problems you face while delivering a lecture?
Ma'am, I cannot collect the proper word and cannot collect the proper vocabulary.
Okay. So every day I will assign you 4 or 5 words that can be adjectives, that can be nouns, verbs, anything. All right. And you are supposed to memorize them, and you will use them, you will incorporate those words in your WhatsApp text messages, in your lectures. And while joining my class, you will use the same words in these activities like picture description and storytelling. The more you will use these words, the more they'll be utilized, the more you'll be able to enhance your speech, the more you will be able to expand your vocabulary, and you'll be able to deliver your lectures successfully. Okay?
All right, ma'am.
यहाँ तक आपको बात समझ आ गई?
जी, ma'am.
So in this basic level is a course of 1 month. So in first month, we will teach you all these highlighted items. That includes mostly the features of grammar. First, we'll be improving your grammar, your basic grammar. That includes your sentence structure, your contractions, your tenses, parts of speech. We will enhance your vocabulary. And then by the closing of this month, we will teach you about, once you have like successfully developed the concept of tenses, we will move on to the everyday life related questions. Like I will be asking about hobbies, I will be asking about seasons, your best friends, your family members, um, questions related to anything that require your opinion, through which you can express your feelings, but everything has to be in English. All right.
All right, ma'am.
Okay. Next is role play situational conversation. Role play situational conversation and situational conversation, they more or less mean the same thing. We will keep on switching the roles. Sometimes I'll become a client and you will become a businessman. Sometimes you will become a student and I will become your teacher. And we will communicate, we will just keep on switching the roles. This will help you in discussing different issues with other people that you come across in society. All right, it will help you
Mhm.
in indulging in a mutual discussion, and at the same time, you will be able to be indulged in a cross questioning procedure. Cross questioning procedure is like when students ask you the questions, you answer their questions, and then you welcome them, and then they will and then you will ask them the questions and they will answer your questions. So it's like a gesture, a welcoming gesture, where cross questioning is taking place between you and your students. So role play will help you in answering the question and framing the questions. All right, and you can use it in your practical life. All
Mhm.
right. For example, if you have delivered
All
a
right, ma'am.
lecture to your students, all right, and at the end, and you have told your students, you have given this instruction to the students that if you have ambiguity regarding any question, if you face any sort of trouble in your question, please feel free to ask me. All right. Then they'll ask you the questions at the end of
All
the
right, ma'am.
lecture or in the middle of the lecture. And you will be able to deliver, to communicate their problems really well if you have a good vocabulary at your hand. Isn't it so? क्या ऐसा
Right,
नहीं है?
ma'am.
क्रॉस क्वेश्चनिंग के लिए यू रिक्वायर रोल प्ले. सो वी विल बी डूइंग दिस एक्टिविटी ऑफ रोल प्ले where you and I, we both would be communicating with each other, and then this will help you, this will facilitate you in communicating with your students. It will develop, it will turn your classroom into an interactive classroom. All right, because interaction would take place. ठीक है?
Um,
नेक्स्ट थिंग
yes,
इज,
ma'am.
यहाँ तक समझ आ रही है आपको तनिया? कोई क्वेश्चन?
Yes, ma'am. Not, ma'am. I got all things.
ओके. नेक्स्ट इज confidence building. How about your confidence? Are you confident? Do you feel confident when you deliver your
Yes,
lectures
ma'am.
in English?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so do you feel confident when you deliver your lectures in English or in whatever language? क्या आप कॉन्फिडेंट होती हैं जब आप अपने लेक्चर्स दे रही होती हैं स्टूडेंट्स को? सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस की बात हो
Not
रही है.
100%, ma'am.
All right. What is the thing that keeps you behind when you are delivering lecture? Like if I'm talking in terms of confidence. What keeps you behind? क्या चीज आपको पीछे बॉदर कर रही
I,
होती है?
I cannot collect the correct words of the vocabulary.
Okay. So, does it ever happen to you that you have a complete knowledge, a grip, or a command over your subject, but when it comes to speaking about it, you suddenly run out of words, you are all blank, and you don't know what words
Yes, ma'am.
should be, what should be used in the class, and how to communicate your idea? Does that ever happen to you?
Yes, ma'am.
So it usually happens
Yes, ma'am.
when we don't have sufficient vocabulary, when we don't have sufficient synonyms. Synonyms क्या होते हैं? Any idea about synonyms?
Synonyms, एक वर्ड के जो आपके पास different meanings आ जाते हैं.
Very good, very good. So every day we will practice synonyms. I will, regarding one word, one idea, I will give you loads of synonyms, and you can memorize them and you can use them in your sentences. The best thing to practice these synonyms is if you start using them in your lectures. All right, try to utilize these words in
Okay,
your
ma'am.
lectures, incorporate them in your practical life.
All
इनकी
right, ma'am.
यूटिलिटी तब तक फुलफिल नहीं होती unless you use them in your everyday life situation. Yes.
Mhm. Yes, ma'am.
uh, yes, any question?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so this course is divided at two levels. First one is basic level, second one is advanced level. So basic level course is usually of 1 month. Only if you cooperate with me, if you practice it. All right, 1 hour or half an hour class won't be enough, won't be sufficient if you do not practice it in your everyday life. Matlab, whatever I'm delivering you in your lecture, you have to revise it daily. You have to practice it daily in your class. All right. Only
All
then
right,
you
ma'am.
can make your language, especially English language, functional. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
Uh,
ma'am.
Second thing is in your second month, this course reaches up to advanced level. At advanced level,
Mm.
can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. I can see.
At advanced level, we will keep on practicing these open-ended questions and these close-ended questions. They are yes or no questions. Open-ended questions are the questions that require explanation, that require detail. Once you remove your hesitation, once you remove your shyness, you will be able to communicate with me. You will be able to explain your problems, your feelings regarding different things, your opinions regarding different things in these kinds of questions. All right,
All
open
right.
ended questions. I will assign you a topic, and you will have to speak on that topic. All right. Next
All
is
right, ma'am.
use of would and could. Here at this advanced level, I will teach you when and in what sort of situations we are supposed to use a would and could. All right. Just like in Urdu, in our formal situations, we say आप ये लीजिए, आप ये कर लीजिए. All right, लीजिए, कीजिए, in a very formal speech. Just like that, in English, we use would and could sometimes to show the sign of respect. Sometimes it is used in a very formal speech, depending upon your relationship with the other person. Right? Four skills is
Right, ma'am.
like English is in English, all four skills basically reading, writing, speaking, and this thing. All these four skills are interconnected. They are related to each other. All right. If you cannot understand well, you cannot speak well. If you cannot read well, you cannot communicate well. If you are lagging behind your reading, you won't be able to come across new words. So you see, in English, all these four skills are systematic and they are interconnected. So gradually we'll be practicing all four basic skills, but our main focus would be on speaking skill only. Okay?
Right, ma'am.
At advanced level, I will give you flashcards as well. And in flashcard, what you do is that I will give you different quotations. I will assign you different cards, cue cards, and each cue card holds prompts or let's say quotations. And you have to rephrase the quotations, explain the quotations in your own words. There you will use English as your functional language, and you will come across vocabulary. You will practice the same words I give you over and over, and you will use the same kinds of tenses. All right, past tense, present tense, future tense. So all the tenses would be used, the vocabulary would be used, everything will be functional. Okay.
Right, ma'am.
Next, we have pronunciation. In this advanced level, I will teach you pronunciation. English sound system is based upon vowels, consonants, how English speakers utter different sounds, different vowels, and different consonants. I will teach you about that in detail. It will help you in understanding the English movies, the accents, Australian, American, British accents, and it will help you in comprehending your listening skills, especially when you are watching BBC, CNN, or watching some kind of an English movie. And you can practice that as well. Okay? So हम इसमें sound systems करेंगे because sometimes it happens that um, we know English really well, but we are unable to understand it. The problem is that our ears are not accustomed to listening to the speech of English speakers, those who have English as their mother tongue. So I will teach you about English sound system. Assimilation and elision, these are very typical concepts, and it's a common practice when you come across a spoken English. For example, आजकल आपने सुना होगा अक्सर people say I want to talk to you, I want to go there. There is a specific rule behind that, and we will practice upon that. All right, we will do that, but only at advanced level. यहाँ तक आपको समझ आ रही है?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next is again about pronunciation, common errors, and phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs would be again at an advanced level. And then in the end, we have active passive. We won't go in a thorough, detailed course of active passive and direct indirect. I will superficially touch it and give you a concept of it so that you can use it in your everyday life. Greetings include that how you can greet different people at different occasions. What suitable words you need. For example, if you are sending a greeting someone on Eid, what would be the suitable vocabulary for that? All right. So regarding occasions, I will teach you different traditional words. फ्रेजल वर्ब स्लैंग वेदर यू यूज इट और नॉट स्लैंग जो कि आजकल मूवीज में जो इंग्लिश मूवीज में लैंग्वेज यूज होती है आई विल टीच यू अबाउट दैट whether you practice it or not, at least you should have an idea so that you'll be able to understand all sorts of dialects in English language. So this is basically the end of the course. Common errors basically वो होते हैं अक्सर लोगों को confusion होती है. There are two types of the words. One is advise and the other one is advise. One with the S and other one is with the C. Isn't it so? Pair of words to जिनको आप कहते हैं.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're going to be discussing them in common errors. All right, and this
Yeah.
entire course can improve your grammar as well as your pronunciation. ये लग तो आपको भी you may think that there are plenty of things to cover in the course of spoken English, but we will all these things will go side by side. It's not that gigantic or horrible the way it seems. All right, ये सारी चीजें हम साथ साथ करेंगे.
Right, ma'am.
So any other question?
No, ma'am.
Regarding your classes? All right. Okay. So basic level. So this is basically a 2 months course, basic level and advanced level. 2 months का इसलिए in the first month we will cover only the basic features of English. That includes grammar. All right. And how to help you communicate effectively along with a good deal of vocabulary. In advanced
Right,
level,
ma'am.
we will cover pronunciation. Our main focus would be on accents and English pronunciation. All right. So
Got it, ma'am.
that's it. There's nothing left behind. So if you have any question, you are more than welcome to ask me.
All right, ma'am. Till here, I got all the concepts, what you were saying.
Okay. So that's the end of the orientation. So whatever your decision would be, you can let us know. You can intimate us at any time.
All right, ma'am.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That's the end of the class.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Goodbye.